ActOutGames.com here, and today's Bookmas Day 7. Cooper, do you want to get started?
Look at this baby two pieces. Backwards. And you can see the back of this. Oh my God!
It's a new A to Z Mysteries book, Cooper.
Yes, it's a new ABC mystery, and it's with a tiger.
It's the Jaguar's Jewel.
It's called the Jaguar Jewel. So a zoo here and a Jaguar right here. It looks like a lion with the red eyes.
All right. So obviously I can't read him that whole book, so I'm just gonna read like a chapter of it. Let's remove the bow.
100 parts.
There's not 100 parts, Cooper. Things not seen. This sounds familiar. I don't know where I heard it, but it sounds really familiar, and I've definitely heard positive things about it. This one was recommended by a viewer, maybe a couple, so I'm really excited to start reading this one, and that must be where I recognized it from. So yeah, I'm really glad to get started on this one. I just finished Carry On. I read it in a couple days, so yeah, I'm really excited to get started with these guys. Cooper, do you want to go read a chapter of your book?
Who gets it for seconds? Do I get a pony?
J is for Jaguar. Dink ran his fingers over the striped wallpaper. Just above his head, he felt a thin crack. He followed the crack with his fingers until he felt another crack, this one running down towards the floor. Dink jumped back as if his hand had been burned. "Guys!" he shouted. Josh and Ruth Rose came running into the office. Dink showed them his discovery. "I think it's a secret door," he said. A to Z Mysteries, the Jaguar's Jewel. Chapter 1. Dink spread the note on his knees and read it out loud. "Dear nephew Donnie, I am so happy that you are coming to visit. You and your friends are going to love New York City. I will meet your train at 4 o'clock on Friday at Grand Central Station. Love, Uncle Warren." Josh giggled. "He calls you Donnie." "Yeah," Dink said, blushing. "But if you ever do, I'll tell all the kids at school that your middle name is Carol." "But my middle name isn't Carol," Josh said. Dink flashed an evil grin. "So?" "Guys, I think we're there," Ruth Rose said. The train slowed. Suddenly, the bright sunny day vanished. Everything outside the train window turned black. "Hey, what happened?" Josh cried. Dink laughed. "We're in a tunnel, Josh," he said. "Don't worry. Ruth Rose and I will protect you." The train slowed even more, then stopped. Where don't touch that? The train slowed even more, then stopped. The train slowed even more and then stopped. "New York Grand Central Station," the conductor called. "Last stop, all passengers off." The kids grabbed their backpack and followed the other passengers to the door. "Watch your step," the conductor said. He helped the kids hop onto the platform. They found themselves standing in a concrete tunnel. The dust and soot coming up from under the train made Dink sneeze. That is not how Dink sneezes, Cooper. I think I'm gonna sneeze. "Where'd we go?" Josh said. "My uncle said he'd meet us," Dink said. "Maybe we should just wait here." All around them, people were hurrying along the platform. Dink stood on tiptoe, but he couldn't see his uncle anywhere. "Go back, way back." He couldn't see his uncle anywhere. That is not how you don't see your uncle either. "Oh, I can't see my uncle." "Is that him?" Ruth Rose asked. She pointed to a short man in a gray suit. He was pushing towards them through the crowd. Dink jumped up and down and waved. "Uncle Warren, we're here!" Uncle Warren Duncan had white hair and a big smile. He carried an umbrella and wore a red carnation in his lapel. His eyeglasses twinkled in the underground lights. "Donnie, welcome," he said, beaming at the kids. "How was your train ride? Are you hungry?" "We're fine," Dink said. "The train was great, and Mom packed sandwiches for us." "Splendid!" Dink's uncle gave him a big hug. "And whom we have here?" he asked. "Yes, Don Don." "Don Don." "And whom we have here?" he asked, peering through his round glasses.
Bum bum.
"Shh, not Bum Bum." "Shush, Wilbur." "And whom we have here?" he asked, peering through his round glasses. "Josh and Ruth Rose," Dink said, "my best friend." "Marvelous," Uncle Warren said, shaking their hands. "Now let's go find a cab. Follow me." Uncle Warren marched up a long ramp with the kids right behind him. A moment later, they entered the biggest room Dink had ever seen. Hundreds of people bustled in every direction. A deep voice announcing train arrivals and departure echoed over a loudspeaker. Piles of luggage were heaped around the gleaming marble floor. Try as he might, Dink couldn't take it all in. Uncle Warren said, "This is Grand Central Station's main terminal. Look up." The kids tipped their heads up and looked up. Golden stars and animals danced across an emerald green ceiling. "This is awesome," Josh said. "Look, there's a bull and a goat. Taurus and Capricorn. The zodiac signs, dear boy," Uncle Warren explained. "Now onward!" Uncle Warren marched them towards an exit. The kids followed him out of the building. The street outside Grand Central Station was a shock to Dink. His ears were blasted by horns honking, brakes squealing, music blaring, and food vendors shouting. "Welcome to the Big Apple," Uncle Warren said. He waved his umbrella and whistled. A yellow cab zoomed up and screeched to a halt inches from Uncle Warren's shiny black suits. Uncle Warren yanked open the rear door. "In, youngsters, in!" he cried. They had barely sat down and shut the door when the cab lurched back into traffic. "Where to?" the driver asked over her shoulder. "Number 340 West 110th Street," Uncle Warren said. He turned to the kids. "Are you going to sneeze?" He turned to the kids. "We'll stop at the museum first," he said. "I am expecting a shipment from South America." Dink sat up as the driver zigzagged her way up a wide avenue. With his nose to the glass, Dink watched thousands of cars, taxis, buses, bikes, and even people dodge one another. Even through the closed taxi window, he could feel the throbbing pulse of the huge city. 20 minutes later, the cab hurtled to a stop in front of a building made of white marble. "Here we are," the driver said. Uncle Warren handed her a few bills. "Keep the change, please." "Thanks, mister," the driver said, smiling into her rearview mirror. Uncle Warren and the kids piled out of the taxi. "This is where I work," Uncle Warren said. He pointed to a small brass sign next to a green door. The sign read, "The Porter Museum." Dink noticed that it was a lot quieter here. Trees stood in front of the buildings, and a few kids were drawing chalk pictures on the sidewalk. From a window across the street came the sound of someone playing a piano. Suddenly, he heard a voice call out, "Warren! Hello!" Dink saw a smiling man and woman standing in front of a small restaurant next to the museum. Behind them, a sign above a wide window read, "Le Petit Bistrot." "Come meet my friends," Uncle Warren said, heading towards the couple. He introduced the kids. This is Jean Paul and his wife, Yvonne? That's at least how I thought it was pronounced. Why is there a Yvonne in like every book that I've read? There's lots of Yvonnes. There's 3 so far. It's not a very common name, but there's been 3 of them. There's one in a book that I really like called Chupacabra, and then I don't remember what book it was in. There's another one in I think Hollow Earth, and now there's one here. Uncle Warren said. Uncle Warren pointed to the sign. "These lovely people own the best French restaurant in New York." "Hello," the man and woman said, smiling. "Nice to meet you." The kids said all together. Yvonne turned to Uncle Warren. "It came," she said. "A big heavy box. 4 men carried it upstairs to your office." Jean Paul reached into his pocket. "I went up with them, then locked the door when they left," he said, dropping a key on a brass ring into Uncle Warren's hand. "What's that in the box?" Dink asked. Uncle Warren winked. Nothing much," he said. "Only priceless gold." And that's the end of the first chapter. I'm gonna sneeze. Alright, so if you want to keep up with Bookmas, then please subscribe. It really helps us out. So yeah, Thanks for watching, and I smile. Bye!
Bye. It's time to press the subscribe button. Subscribe button. Subscribe button. Subscribe. Bye, 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 bye.